I am in Seattle. We are checking out today from our little house we rented through booking.com. They're, I think, also available on Airbnb. Sorry, it's going to be not like steady, it'd be a teeny bit bouncy. I cannot for the life of me find my little tripod that I brought. I'm afraid we might have left it at the hotel from the first night. And if that's true, we are staying there again on the way home. So hopefully they have a lost and found and have found it. It just sucks because I need it for the whole trip. But while I've been letting the girls sleep in this morning, I have dug through everything, every one of my bags, under the seats in the car, everywhere in the trunk, and I just cannot find my little tripod. So apologies if this is shaky or bouncy, but you know why now. Anyway, it has been so wonderful. There have been ups and downs. I had hoped to be able to pick up my pain medicine from to do like a, what do you call it, transfer, prescription transfer. And of course they wouldn't because it's narcotic, and I was scared of that. I figured that could probably happen, and it did. Spoiler alert for those that follow my other channel, My Current Obsession, because I do talk about it over there. That video I'll put up later. But that brings us to the next little disaster or mishap, because if you're going to travel, you're going to have mishaps and misadventures. That is absolutely a thing. Prepare yourself. You will forget things. That happens. Well, one of the things I forgot was the charging cord for the laptop. So y'all aren't going to get any, you're not going to get any edited videos until I get home. So that kind of sucks. But we'll just, do a couple more live streams and little clips here and there, mostly on the family vlog channel, Frugal Family Flies Again. But yeah, can't find my tripod. Wasn't able to transfer my medication. I knew I should have picked it up before we left, but I was just in such a hurry and so, just frazzled, and the stress that comes with leaving on a road trip. And so I completely forgot the charging cord. So that absolutely sucks, but it's not like the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? So anyhow, little adventures here and there, but it has been amazing. The pain has been bad. Yesterday in line for the Space Needle, I didn't know if I was going to make it. It was that bad. But then after the Space Needle, we did the Chihuly, which I've been there before, and it is just as gorgeous as ever. I brought Mariah there a few years ago. Anyway, it was so glorious and so beautiful. And I kid you not, while in that museum, I had no pain. I had no pain. It's the endorphins, it's the adrenaline and excitement. It really does make a difference. It helps a lot. So anyhow, so that's what we did yesterday. We didn't pack in too much stuff because we had the concert the night before. Oh, that's the other mishap. All of my footage from the concert got deleted. And it was here on the phone. It got deleted even from my cloud storage. How the hell did that happen? I don't know. Luckily, Olivia and her friend also got a lot of footage and stuff like that, so I'll borrow some of that for our vlog. But anyhow, the concert was amazing, but oh my God, we were so wiped out. And so we slept in yesterday, and I made the executive decision to say, we're not trying to cram in, lots and lots and lots. Yesterday. And I'm so glad that we didn't, because even with just doing the Space Needle and the Chihuly, we were wiped out, all of us. And in fact, yeah, the girls are still sleeping right now. And I've been up tidying, packing. I got a load of dishes going. I got a load of laundry going. I was going to just bring it all home in the dirty bag. I bring like a big garbage bag to put the dirty clothes in. And then I was like, that's so silly. We're going to be packing all of this dirty stuff when there's a washer and dryer right here in the place that we've paid for. Come on now. And I had enough time, so that's awesome. So I've got that laundry going, so then we can fold it up and put it away in our respective suitcases. And that is so much better than ending up with this giant bag of laundry that's just taking up, space. And so, anyway, that's going. Let's see. What else? Oh, we've still got to like vacuum and mop. This was my first time renting a house. I've stayed at a rented house with my girlfriends this year. It was earlier this year, but I wasn't the one that had rented it or any of that. And so this is my first time doing that. And I didn't do it through Airbnb. I did it through booking.com. But anyhow, it is my first time being the one in charge of it, and I'm a hotel girl. I love hotels. Okay. Those are my thing because you don't have to clean up after yourself. And if I'm on vacation, that's what I want to do, have people clean up for me, because that's part of what we're paying for. You know what I mean? And so anyway, it's a little different, and I'm not going to lie, it's a little annoying just because I'm normally a hotel person, but that is, that's the deal, right? Sorry, I forgot, I need to do the comment thing. All right, we're doing community moderation. If you want to continue to be able to participate in the chat, you've got to subscribe. So here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Anyway, yeah, I'm just not used to having to clean up everything, but I do feel like it was worth it for this trip because we were able to go grocery shopping and cook, and Olivia made some of her freaking amazing garlic butter grilled cheese sandwiches. Wish there was like taste division and you guys could share in that because, oh my God, they're amazing. So yeah, it's nice having a full-sized refrigerator where we could put our stuff. I do wish I had a bigger cooler for us to put, the leftovers and stuff like that in, and the coffee creamer. If you follow my my more personal private channel, it's not private, but it's anyway, my current obsession, then you'll know my thoughts on coffee and all of those things. Well, even here, you'll know my thoughts on coffee, but you will also get to experience the excitement with me of finding my long lost, most favorite coffee creamer ever. Oops, there we go. Which is Southern Butter Pecan. Oop, that timer was to check on the washing machine. So let's go check on that. I'll bring you guys with me. Again, apologies that this is handheld and a bit shaky. I cannot find my mini tripod that I brought. Hopefully it is at the little hotel. Oh, it's got 6 more minutes. Okay. Hopefully, and then it's just got to go in the dryer. Hopefully it's at the little hotel that we stayed at in Ontario, Oregon, because we're staying there again on our way home. So hopefully it's there and they'll have found it and held on to it for me. But that still means that everything between now and then is handheld. And so that sucks. But anyhow, so apologies that this is bouncy and making you ill. Let's see, what else? What else have we been up to? Oh, that's not even what I was talking about. I was talking about having a little house. It is nice. We were able to cook. We were able to have groceries, which of course saves us loads of money on food. Being able to have all that food here, have my coffee creamer here, and use the coffee machine that they have here. But the trade-off is then you got to clean up. So I've got a load of dishes going. I got out the vacuum. But since the girls have been sleeping in and enjoying that, and I've been doing all the other stuff, I've taken all the garbages out and the recycling out, and I loaded the dishes and, those kind of things. I think I might let them do the sweeping, mopping, and vacuuming. I do think that's fair. What I'm not sure about is if we're supposed to wash the towels that we used. Like I said, I'm a hotel person, so this is not, my milieu. And so I have to double check, I guess, in the instructions. There's like, instructions from the host, like a little packet of information. And so I need to see that. I remembered that a few things they wanted you to do, and you don't have to do. Like, that's the interesting part. You pay an upfront deposit, but it's totally refundable as long as you do the stuff on the list. And I guess this is kind of standard for like Airbnbs and Verbos and whatever. So if you do the list and clean stuff up, then you get your full deposit back. Even if you don't do all of the list, but don't leave a big mess and just, have it just minimal cleanup, then you still get your deposit back according to what I've read so far on their host information. But if you leave a disaster and you don't do anything to clean up, then they take your deposit, which I think is fair because like under the terms of service, because that's the deal with renting a house. Do I like it? No, but it's a trade-off, but that's why I normally just go with a hotel. But where we had 3 of us grown ladies and it's me, my daughter, and my daughter's best friend, if it was like me and 2 of my kids, we probably would have just done a hotel, because I'm not as worried about privacy and I don't know, it's just different, right? But also sorry, my thoughts are all over the place. I've only had 1 tiny cup of coffee so far because I've been so busy this morning. I'm gonna have more, just give me a minute. But anyway, the trade-off I do think is worth it in saving money on food and stuff like that. It is nice, it is. And what I really like about this particular house is that it's more in the vein of the original idea of like Airbnb. So we are in the basement unit, and the family that owns the property is above us. They live there, which I think is wonderful. So it's not like, it's not part of the, big, huge problem across the world of Airbnbs where they destroy housing markets and take up all the available inventory of homes and have the locals hating it because, big corporations and investment firms are and foreign companies just buying up houses across the world and using them for rentals. And that messes up the community. It messes up the local economy. It messes up the housing market, whatever. But not this one, because this one, yeah, they actually live here. They just, have a finished basement that they rent out. And so I like this. This is one I can totally support and feel good about. Sorry for the coughing and sneezling. Unfortunately, where like in Southern California a few weeks ago, my allergies completely disappeared. That is not the case here in Seattle. So that's a bummer, but anyhow, so my apologies. Okay. Oh, Shannon's got some thoughts. I would leave the towels and the sheets in the laundry room unwashed, maybe even in the washer. Airbnbs are like a hotel with that. They will wash them anyway. Oh, good to know. Oh, did I say Shannon or did I say Sharon? I don't know. Like I said, I've only had a tiny cup of coffee. Shannon, thanks for that info. That's very helpful. Thank you, Jean. We absolutely are. Oh, Cynthia, my sweetness. Hello. Thank you for being here, my love. Amy, hello. Oh, that's awesome, Amy. I never would have thought of that. Manuela, my darling, hello. Hello, Kathy. Shatika, thank you so much for being here. I hope I caught everybody. Yeah, Amy, it's neat. They do provide laundry soap and dryer sheets and even like a stain remover product for your clothes. And then they provide the dishwasher detergent. They provided coffee. And it's not just like, Folgers from the store. It's a container of fresh grounds, fresh coffee grounds. So, yum. Manuela. Oh, shit. Manuela, is that your partner? Spouse, partner, significant other? Please clarify so I know, and know how to respond. Give me a minute. I want to be here for you. Jesus Christ. All right, first, Yes, Cynthia, we're having a wonderful trip. I am in a lot of pain, but that's my own fault because I haven't been doing enough of the physical therapy and stretches, and I didn't fill my pain prescription before we came here, and I should have. But overall, yes, we are having an amazing, wonderful time, and we make a fabulous travel trio. Myself, my oldest daughter Olivia, who's turning 19 this week, and her best friend Emma. So yes. Now, back to no, first. Jean, yes, coffee is my happy juice as well. It is my lifeblood. It is the nectar of the gods, and it keeps me going. Again, apologies for the coughing and the throat clearing. That's allergies. Okay. Okay. All right. Manuela. I don't know what to say. Manuela, was this, and do not feel obligated to answer any of my questions, okay? I just want a little more context, and because I am so devastated for you. Now, I haven't lost a partner or a spouse or any of that. You all know I've lost my daddy and a baby. Loss is loss, and the grief. Was this unexpected? Was this the result of a long-term situation, or was this unexpected? Neither one is easy. They're both terrible and awful in their own ways. But knowing which one, I think, would inform my response. Beyond just I am so incredibly sorry. Whether it was oh geez, okay. So it was unexpected or not unexpected? Sorry, I just want to clarify. Judy, hello there. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Cynthia, Lulu's going to be 19. How wild is that? For her birthday, we will be on the beach. Might even make a little sandcastle cake. So it was unexpected. Most of you know Manuela has been with us a long time here at the Frugal Family. Long time subscriber, long time moderator, and is always here for us, even at the craziest, godforsaken hours of the night and morning. Manuela shows up for us. So it would mean the world to me, whether on, oh, there goes is that the dishwasher or the washing machine? I don't know. It would mean the world to me if all of you could show up, whether on the live stream or if you rewatch, to show up for Manuela. Give her the love, the comfort, the guidance. Manuela, if I could just be there and hug you and hold you, I would. I would do that for all of you if it were possible. No, Judy, I'm in Seattle right now. We're in the middle of our road trip. We're a few days in. We've got many more days to go. I'm at this little house that we rented, and just finished some tidying up and letting the girls sleep in. And then we'll be on the road today to the coast. So stay tuned. Unfortunately, I cannot find my little tripod, hoping that maybe we left it at the first hotel and that they will have found it. I hope. Anyway, so no, we've got many, many days left. But yeah, we're all pretty tired right now. So I've been working this morning on doing all the cleanup here at the rental, and doing our laundry. Oh, thanks, Judy. Yeah, some beautiful views we have seen. Jean, you're in winter in South Africa. You enjoy that. We are definitely not. Even here in Seattle, it's way warmer than I had expected. Oh, my Manuela. Having experienced loss, but not of a spouse or partner, I can only come from my reference points, like I said, of my father, rest in peace, and my baby, and then, of course, my niece, most of my uncles on my dad's side, and aunts, and anyway, a couple of friends. There are never the perfect words. And in fact, there's a lot of wrong words. I have been on the receiving end of that, where, folks with good intentions try to make you feel better, and not helpful at all. Like stuff like, oh, it was part of God's plan. God's plan was to take my loved one away from me? No. It's a trial or a test. What? Or they're in a better place. No. The better place would have been still here with their, oh, hi, sweetie, with their family and with their loved ones. That would be a better place, in my opinion. So I don't like any of those platitudes. I'm not down for those. And so I don't use them either. But there's also just no perfect response or right words for these kind of situations, because of course, I can't fix it. I can't even be there to hug you. If I could hop over to Germany, like, I would. I would be there, and I would just hold you and hug you. I'm a hugger. I've hugged, I think, like 3 or 4 strangers so far in just this trip. Yeah. And I've had very little social anxiety. It has been there, especially at the concert, but definitely not as bad as it has been in other situations. I even went in a grocery store that was super crowded and didn't even start feeling like panicky flutters until we got out to the car. Anyway, God, yeah, I'm confused because I want so bad to have the right words. So I'm going off in different directions and tangents, and I apologize. Here's what I have that I tell most people. Because most of you know, I don't pray. That's not what I do. But I give love. And I also understand that praying for people, if that's your thing, is also a way of showing love. So, so that's what I'm going to give you, Manuela, is my love. And know that you are in my heart. And that I hope you'll continue to check in, which, I mean, you do anyway, and you're wonderful. But also continue to check in and let us know how we can support you through this unexpected tragedy. And I wish you all the best and most wonderful memories of beautiful experiences that you had together to carry you through. Not only the immediate situation and everything that goes with it, but over the days, weeks, months, and years, because you will miss them till the day you die. And it's going to be hard, and I understand you've got a lot ahead of you and a lot going on. And I just wish you love and comfort, and I want you to know that you're not alone, you're not forgotten. And this loony lady, normally in Utah, but today in Seattle, this woman online that you'll most likely never meet in person, this random dumpster diver, loves you and cares about you and would absolutely fix it if she could. And that's what I'm talking about, Manuela, all those details. They're rough. Those are rough details to sort through. Planning services and funeral things and burials or cremations or any of those things is so heavy, so incredibly heavy. And though I can't be there to help you carry this load of sadness and tragedy, all of it, grief, know that from afar, through the interwebs, I am here for you. We are here for you. And we have the most amazing community of people here with so much kindness and so much love. Anyway, Manuela, you are not alone, and I am so sorry for your loss. Oh, God. God. Joanne Van Hook, hello there. So glad that you're here. Let's see. All right, so now let's talk about Texas, because I see a few of you talking about it. And Manuela, see, that's perfect. So that's part of why we get along. Neither of us pray, so we understand each other. But we do both give love. Okay. So since we're already in a bit of a heavy place, let's talk about Texas without getting political, though I don't know how that's possible right now, because as I've said many times, everything is political. Being alive, staying alive is political here in the US and elsewhere as well. Texas. I want to just focus on kindness, compassion, and preparedness. I'm not going to focus on the shoulda, woulda, couldas and the details and government situation and current president situation that has exacerbated this situation, made it a million times worse than it ever should have been. But there's all that, so that's the limit of where I'm going to go with that. I promise you. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for being here. Okay. It has been horrific. I have had to, as usual with the news and current events, I have had to drag myself. Yes, Jean, you're one of us heathens. Oh, I'm so glad. And I don't say that in any kind of judgy way, and it's definitely a jokey way. So hopefully no one gets offended, but yeah. You're on the dark side with us. You don't have to pray or go to church to have a spiritual connection with a higher power or to believe in things. Everyone has their own way. And I love how 99% of the time in our community, everyone accepts that and they live and let live and they let people be and realize that we're all just people doing our best in this life. Okay. Oh, Amy, that makes me so happy. Thank you so much for that comment. That makes me feel good. Okay. It has been devastating. Like I said, I've had to pull myself away from the news, from the headlines, from the videos of the horror of these floods. We've heard so much about Texas, but something that ran across my screen the other day is that New Mexico has also been experiencing horrific flooding. And I'm sure other places as well at this point. But like I said, I pulled myself away because I could not. Sorry, guys. The Wi-Fi here was working really well and then it wasn't. So I had to turn off the Wi-Fi and we're just on my data now. Yeah, sorry about that, Judy. It should be good now. So anyway, I've pulled myself away from all of that sadness and tragedy and horror that is going on with these floodings. I had to do the same when it was the Carolinas, because I get so overwhelmed with it and I want so badly to fix it for everyone or, whatever. And obviously I'm not able to. And so I have to pull myself away, because it just gets too heavy. It just gets too heavy. But I also at the same time don't want our Texas friends, hey Cynthia, and many others, Dennis I know is in Texas, there's a bunch of you, but anyway, I don't want you all to feel like like I'm ignoring it or not acknowledging this horror and tragedy and struggle, because I'm very aware of you and aware of the situation. I just know there's nothing I can do about it. And I start thinking too much, and then I don't do well. And I have a tendency to get stuck in dark pits of despair and have a difficult time pulling myself out of them. And especially where, this last week I had a situation, which I'll vlog about over on my current obsession. It's not really appropriate for this channel. But I am aware. I know what's happening, and I've been thinking of all of you, of everyone, regardless of our political persuasions and, other ways that we may not come together. We're all human. We're all people. We're all trying to live our lives, raise our kids, have happy moments wherever we live, whatever we believe or don't believe. That's what we're doing. And although I am so angry, I have so much anger that this situation was allowed to happen the way that it did. I don't think it's useful to be angry with the people that are there suffering. Those little girls at that camp that got washed away, they don't have a political leaning. They didn't ask for anything. They didn't vote for anything. And so when I see the comments like that, I get very upset. I understand where people are coming from. I'm a lefty, not only left-handed, but I'm on the left side of the spectrum of things. And I mean, oh, we got to change the laundry. We got to switch it out. But those children, those pets, livestock, they didn't ask for this. And I keep thinking, I can't help it, thinking of how horrific it must have been for those little girls. Sorry, it's going to be really wobbly, but I've got to change out my laundry. For all those little girls that were probably praying, begging for their mother or their father or whomever to come and save them, and how scared they must have been, and the tears that they must have cried, and the screams, and all of it. How awful that must have been. And it breaks my heart. They were innocent of anything and everything. Hello, Vicky. Vicky, I'm changing out my laundry here at our rental house as we're preparing to head to the coast in a couple hours. God, so that's one of the main thoughts that I have about the situation is the innocence, the children and the animals. That is what has me messed up. That really has me messed up. And again, there's nothing I can do about it except send love, spread kindness. Look, they even have dryer sheets and everything for us. How sweet is that? Try to spread love and kindness as best I can. Let's see. Sorry, I'm setting up the washer. There we go. We got it. And I'll do my best to, provide comfort where I can. But I'm not there. And let's get some more coffee since we ended up in some heavy topics. It doesn't even matter, even if it wasn't heavy topics. I still want some more coffee. So acknowledging the tragedy and the sadness and all of that, I also want to talk about preparedness, because Southern Butter Pecan. Ah! See, there are happy things happening. There are good things happening. Anyway, in a flash flood situation, would the preparedness even matter? I say yes, it would. If you had a grab bag, a go bag, a bug out bag, a 72-hour kit in a backpack, that is something that you could theoretically grab as you're running to higher ground, leaving your car, whatever the situation. Now, obviously, if you're out traveling and stuff like that, it might be a little different, or you're at a camp. But having a go bag in your car, so that even if you are out and about, you still have access to these portable emergency supplies, but then also having them in your home, especially if you live anywhere near a river of any size, having it where, you know, a bag where you can easily grab it by one of the doors, have a bag of, you know, your medicines, any meds that you take regularly, a first aid kit, a change of clothes, some stable food, shelf stable foods, water, that kind of thing for you and your family, so that if, like this, one of the videos I watched, you're out working in the yard and all of a sudden you start getting crazy rain, and then things start flooding, and you can see that it's just rising and rising, and it's going to eventually get into your home, then you grab your stuff and you get the hell out. But if you haven't prepared ahead of time, you have nothing to grab. I mean, you can try and grab some few things, throw them in a grocery bag, whatever, but think how much easier and more convenient it would be if you already had the bug out bag ready. And I've done loads of videos about this and about disasters. In my area in Utah, it's more fires. There's earthquakes, but mainly it's fire is our biggest natural disaster consideration. Oh. Hold on. Ah, yes, nectar. This is life right here. I think I'm just going to keep, you know, beating this drum, singing this song about being prepared for all of you, but also for me, to remind myself, hey, it's time to check the bug out bag. See what's still good, see what needs to be replaced, added, taken away, whatever. It's vital. Other things that I would say put in there, in a waterproof container of some kind, put in all the SD cards, you know, make doubles of all your, I mean, if you have cloud storage, that's great, but also if you could make a hard copy of downloading all of your important pictures and videos and documents, or have copies of the documents in a water safe bag, have those kinds of things also in your bug out bag, along with a little bit of cash, maybe an extra credit card, I don't know, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because wherever you live, you have the potential for disaster. Whether it's natural or man-made, you have the potential for disaster. And with climate change, whether you believe in it or not, it is happening. The climate is changing, and we are having so many more disasters, and that's not just because we have the internet and hear about it more. Let's be real, folks. There are more. There are more happening. So it doesn't matter where you live, you are still at risk. And I'm not saying let's be fearmongers and whatever, and, you know, doomsday people. No, let's just be realistic and honest and practical and acknowledge that it doesn't matter where you live. There is potential. I mean, you're like, oh, I'm just in this regular landlocked town. It's not Tornado Alley. It's, whatever. Not even known for earthquakes. Okay, well, a couple weeks ago, an airplane crashed into a neighborhood. A little airplane crashed into a neighborhood. And in other ones, there's been like full-sized, jumbo jets and stuff that have crashed into neighborhoods, into apartment buildings. So, I mean, if they crash right into your house, you're probably not going to make it. But maybe if it kind of rattles the houses nearby, then you could be affected. And that's a time you'd want to grab your bug out bag and get the hell out of there. You know what I mean? So it's, no matter where you live, it's a good idea to be prepared. And maybe you will never use it. We would hope that would be the case, that you would never need those emergency supplies and to have to run out in 5 minutes or less with your family, your pets, whatever, anything most precious to you. We all hope that we never have to go through that. But I think what we've seen over the last couple of years is that none of us are exempt. None of us are safe. These things do happen. House fires also. Doesn't require a plane to come crashing into you. A house fire can happen. And wildfires. And I mean, these things can happen. You need to be prepared. You need to be able to bug out. So I would strongly encourage you guys, and also myself, to review your emergency bags. Make sure you're up to date on stuff. Things do expire. Things that actually matter do expire. I'm talking medications. And make sure if you have one, that it's in a place that you can easily, quickly get to it. I know I need to change that up in my house because I'm pretty sure it's up on a shelf in my husband's office now. And that's not at all convenient for running out the door, I've been thinking maybe I'll put like special hooks by the front and back doors and have like 2 bags, one at each door, just because you never know, right? None of us are safe from it. So just be prepared. It's the same reason, we get insurance and stuff like that, is not just because it's required by law, but for just in case. And you hope you don't have to use it, but you want to have it just in case. You know what I mean? I've never had to use the bug out bag. Hallelujah, knock on wood, okay? But we all get our turn for disasters of one variety or another. So I highly encourage that. And in fact, when we get home, maybe I will bring you guys along while I revamp my own bug out bag. I think that we should do that. Hello, Christina. Thank you for being here. Hi, Rita. Thank you so much for being here. Rita, I look forward to meeting you next week. Yes, I am absolutely still planning on it. Yeah, heat, Amy, is also another thing. Manuela, I would love to install solar panels, and I know that they would do so well in my backyard, or on the back section of the house because of how, just hellishly sunny it gets out there. But they are a big investment. And I don't know that we have the rebate system anymore in Utah. So they're not something I could afford to do unless it was sponsored or there was a rebate or something like that. For those just coming in, apologies that this is wee, bouncy and bobbly. I have misplaced my little tripod that I brought. So we're handheld today. Apologies. Oh, Manuela, you had a blackout? That happens a lot in Southern California, the energy blackouts. Folks are paying for a service and not getting the service that they're paying for because someone higher up, I guarantee, has a private jet and 5 yachts, and that's why the power grid continues to suck in California. Rita, I am doing so good. I'm really doing well. I was in quite a bit of pain yesterday, and I am sore and in some pain today, but once we get to our place on the coast, I am going to do some more physical therapy. In fact, I might do a little bit before we leave here today. I think that'd be a good idea. But overall, doing really well, and I've been having some amazing experiences here with my daughter and her best friend, and just with people in the community. I've got to say, Seattle has amazing people. I mentioned earlier in this stream that I've hugged at least 4 random people, at least 4, in the time we've been in Seattle, making all kind of new friends and doing really well with my social anxiety and stuff like that, doing really well. And I think a lot of it is just the people here. Here I feel normal, if there is such a thing. I feel like I fit in here in Seattle. I know I've felt that way in Portland as well. We'll be in Portland next week. But yeah, I fit in here. I feel normal here. And that's a wonderful thing. Anyway. Oh, Rita, okay. Do you think that will be an issue for us meeting on the 17th? Will you like be recovering from a dental procedure or something? I don't know. Just let me know if you're still going to be up to visiting. Hello, optimistic lifestyle, Vedic lifestyle, all the way from India. Thank you so much for being here with us. Yeah, Amy, renter's insurance. Yeah, that is a thing. Great idea, Amy. Do it. Do it. I highly recommend, hold on. Hold on. I highly recommend it. Just because you might not have, fires all around you. You might not have earthquakes. You might not have floods and flash flooding. You might not have typhoons and tornadoes and stuff like that. There will be something. None of us are immune. Bless you. None of us are immune to disaster and tragedy. Let's see, 10 o'clock. Yeah, you guys better get moving. We got to check out in an hour. Anyhow, none of us are exempt. None of us are safe from that. Everyone will have something. And again, I am not saying live in fear. Nope. Keep on living. Keep on living your life. Just be prepared. That's it. Just be prepared. Have a to-go bag of the most important things and pay attention. Be aware, Have safety plans, places that, you and your family will try to gather and meet up in situations. That's all I'm saying. Hello, Kathy Disney. Disney. Oh, to have that last name. Is that actually your last name, Kathy, or is that just your handle on here? I would love to know. Yeah, I'm a Disney freak. Like, everybody knows. At least everybody here knows. I am a Disney freak. But also, Kathy, I'm so sorry. I understand. I had had a molar have to be removed a couple months ago, and it was awful. It was awful. Ooh, I don't wish that kind of stuff on anybody. No fun at all. It is your real last name, Kathy? Oh my God. So you have to, whether by marriage or blood, you have to be related to Walt. Like, you have to. Right? Like, you just have to. I know it. I would love to talk to you about that. Here I am wanting to pry and to slide into your DMs and get some info. I even just see the name and I just, again, it's another type of medicine. Anyway, hello, Tick on Lukey Mama. This is a generous comment. Hello, Julie. My hubby has been cleaning one room at a time since you told us how you were doing it. Room by room, appreciate you lots, and a bunch of hearts. That means so much to me, Tick on. That means so much. I'm so glad that you got, some inspiration or motivation. I will be continuing to work on that when we get home. Kathy, it's your birth name? No! Oh, so yeah. Oh my God. Wow. That just makes me so happy. Whew. No, Manuela, no screaming, no screaming. Oh, Vicky, thank you for that. Thank you so much. And Vicky, I'm glad you could hop onto this live stream with us. I will be live streaming again either tonight or tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow I will, but I might also live stream tonight once we get to our place on the coast. If I don't, then I just stay tuned for the one tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. It just really depends on what we're doing, what we're up to, and that kind of thing. But mostly when we get to our beach house, we're mostly just staying there. We're mostly just staying there. We might go on a couple little adventures, but the majority is we're just going to hang out and just relax. I would really like to not have to have like a vacation from this vacation. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I, in the past, have tended to be like that, where I just rush and push and force us to do every possible thing and keep going and whatever, such that when we get home, we're wiped out, you know, and we're not refreshed or any of that, you know. So we will have a few days of just being absolutely, totally relaxed. But I'll bring you along for some of it. But unfortunately, unless I find my little tripod, it will also be handheld like this. So, sorry. Manuela, mail, like snail mail, or are you talking email? Because, yeah, of course, to both, to either. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you want to email me, our email address is in the video descriptions, as is our P.O. box if you're thinking that route. Always, always. I never want to pressure anyone to send us something or anything like that, but it is still available, at least for the rest of this year. I'll still have a P.O. box. Oh, that's wonderful, optimistic. Thank you so much. Okay, that's so messed up, Kathy. Just for having the name of Disney and having it be your real legal name that you're born with, you should be able to go to the parks. That's just wrong. Like, you should be able to go and get in free. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying it. I just think it. I stand on that. Anyway, we have less than an hour to finish up and get ready to go. So I'm going to go. Oh, I hope our clothes are dry in time. It'd really suck if they weren't. Maybe they, the people here, maybe they'd be kind enough to, you know, let us finish drying our laundry if it's, you know, a teeny bit past 11 and it's still wet. I don't see why they wouldn't. I'm sure they'd be fine. Because we are not packing wet laundry or even damp laundry. No. Yeah, I'm sure they will, but I'll message them and ask if that's okay. But anyway, I need to help help the kids. They're not kids; they are grown adult women. But you know, I call everybody my kids or my babies or whatever. I need to get them on track and then finish packing up. But I will either see you guys tonight from the coast or tomorrow from the coast. Anyway, all right, you guys. Have a beautiful day. And to all those who are suffering in any way, shape, or form, I give you my love. You are in my heart, and I wish you only the best and most wonderful things in this life. All right? Thank you for hanging out and hopefully enjoying some time with me here in Seattle. And we'll talk again soon, okay? And thank you for all the well wishes. Yeah, we're just going to keep having fun and doing our best. All right? See y'all soon. Bye, bye, bye.